two key military men were executed. And now it appears that the ANC government, flying in the face of everything that is sensible, are putting their weight behind Iran. Can you believe that? They're putting themselves up against the USA. If this becomes a world war, which they're talking about, there's a possibility it could, South Africa is now aligning itself with Iran. That's the cut and dried of the whole thing. That's just a recipe for disaster, absolute disaster, long-term disaster with the relationship. But it could be the best thing that could happen for the minority groups in South Africa, because I'm sure the US would put a lot of weight behind supporting them in the event that things really do go pear-shaped between the US and Iran. Let me give you some more meat to the bone here. The African National Congress on Saturday condemned a series of airstrikes by the United States that killed the commander of Iran's elite Quds force, General Qassem Soleimani. Soleimani, a top general and one of the most powerful men in Iran, was killed in a drone strike at Baghdad airport on Friday. One of his advisors, top Iraqi militia commander Abu Mahdi al-Mohandes, was also killed in the attack. And the ANC wrote, "We view this latest inhumane episode as an attack on the sovereignty and self-determination of the people of Iran. The ANC rejects this raw aggression against the people and the government of Iran, which has the potential to plunge the Middle East and the world into a full-scale war. History has shown that the majority of the victims of this kind of international terrorism are the elderly, women and children. Young people also suffer serious displacement with the prospect of a bleak future," ANC Secretary-General Ace Magashula said in a statement. So, we know where that's coming from. Anyway, it goes on to say, the ANC and all progressive formations of the world cannot afford to remain silent while the actions of the US appear to be undermining peace and security with impunity, a clear and deliberate erosion of Iran's national stability. We urge the nations of the world throughout the United Nations to act firmly and expeditiously against this act of international terrorism. We urge all parties to this conflict to give peace a chance. We appeal for maximum restraint. Thousands of people took to the street in Iraq and Iran on Saturday to mourn Soleimani at services before his burial on Tuesday in his hometown of Kerman. According to reports, American President Donald Trump ordered the strike, and US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said the airstrikes disrupted an imminent attack in the region that put American lives at risk. The US was reportedly sending thousands of additional troops to the Middle East in response. Magashula said the ruling party would continue to play a critical role in the continent and the global progressive movement, and said, in a statement, the ANC rejects right-wing and populist-led unilateralism that undermines collective global decision-making. These are an affront to multilateralism, by which peace and social justice will be created within and between countries. We reiterate our call to the international community and the progressive people of the world to defend any nation against the unilateral imposition of economic sanctions, unilateral military attacks, and disrespect of its territorial integrity and sovereignty. The ANC-led government will utilize its United Nations UN Security Council membership to focus on the resolution of regional and global conflicts. We urge the US to take a leaf out of the African Union book on its commitment to silence the guns through a progressive call dubbed Silencing the Guns by 2020, as a part of Agenda 2063, aiming to create a better Africa, a trajectory that South Africa will openly advance and advocate for as it assumes the chair of the African Union through President Cyril Ramaphosa this year. And then they conclude by saying, together we carry a sense of responsibility to build, preserve and maintain peace in the world. The The ANC stands ready to work for all peace-loving nations of the world to find lasting continental and global peace. On Friday night, International Relations and Cooperation Minister Dr. Naledi Pandor called for calm in Iraq, saying that South African government was alarmed by the escalating tensions in Iraq, which had far-reaching ramifications not only for the Middle East but also for international peace and security. In a statement, her department said the country recalled and reaffirmed the UN Security Council statement from December 13, in which the members of the Security Council had called for maximum restraint and urged all to refrain from violence or the destruction of critical infrastructure. It is crucial for all sides to remain calm and desist from taking any further action that will exacerbate the already fragile situation. South Africa emphasizes its principled view that conflicts should be resolved through political dialogue rather than resorting to the use of force, Pandor said. Now, I've got a couple of comments to make related to this. I guess the first one is that with a statement at this scale and with this incredibly weighty message to the United States, basically saying, hey, we're your enemy, we're with Iran, it shouldn't be the Secretary General making this message. It should be one Cyril Ramaphosa, the president. It should be coming from him. Clearly, there is such disruption within the ANC right now that I think Ramaphosa is a lame duck. And the fact that Ace Magashula made the statement and it hasn't been rebuked or knocked down by anyone in the ANC reflects what is actually going on in the ANC. But it's a very, very disturbing development because the US is one of the major trading partners of South Africa. And it's quite easy for them to put sanctions on South Africa if they're going to have this sort of talk, especially if things do go pear-shaped when it comes to Iran and conflict breaks out to a bigger scale. You watch. First thing America will do is they'll cut South Africa off, cut them loose, and say good luck. And then let's see how big and strong the ANC look when they lose all that funding. Alright guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like this video, please share this video, and above all, stay safe.